Hey, welcome to our channel. This is Siguenza from Turning Point Family Resource Center, and today I'm going to be talking about abusive relationship. How do you know if you are in abusive relationship? Many times we believe that abuse is just physical. When they leave you a mark, when they leave you bruises, black eye, and you feel I'm just being abused. There are so many women that I has spoke about abuse that they believe that no, I'm okay, I'm not in an abusive relationship, he doesn't hit me. And it's so amazed to believe that abuse is only when they hit you. So let me tell you today, you can be in a different type of abusive relationship, not only physical. So there's different type of abuse: emotional abuse, mentally abuse, verbal abuse. There's so many things that you can be abused, or so many areas of your life where you can be abused. But today I want you to know and for you to identify if you are in an abusive relationship. And let's talk about only one type of abuse. Let's talk about emotional abuse. So how do you know if you are in emotional abuse? So the first thing that for you to identify is humiliations. This is when you're being insulted, criticized, name calling. They embarrass you in front of people. They call you out in front of people, make you feel less in front of people in the public. Someone that it's always criticized the way you look, the way you talk. Believe it or not, that is emotional abuse, right? Because at the end of the day, when you hear this person that you love, that you care, calling you names, at the end you start believing, oh my God, yes, maybe I am fat, maybe I am dumb, maybe I'm not that person. I remember I spoke with someone a couple years ago. This person called me and she goes, Anna, can you please help me because I don't want to make my husband upset anymore. He's always upset at me, he's always getting mad. And when I asked him why he always gets upset, her answer was, well, because I lose everything. I misplace my wallet, I misplace my keys, and he always calls me that I'm dumb, that I'm stupid, and I just don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to make him upset. But this is what happened. When you're constantly hearing those words, you end up believing that you are dumb, that you're stupid, that you're not good enough, that you don't look good, and that nobody's going to love you. So when somebody humiliates you, if your partner is doing that, you are in an abusive relationship. You are in emotional abuse relationship. The other thing is control. Control is acting jealous, possessive, monitors your behavior, the way you dress, the way you talk, who you talk to, how long you are on the phone. They read your messages, your emails, and they just use this excuse of, I'm just taking care of you. I just don't want people to look at you any kind of way. I don't want people to really criticize you. So that's why I'm watching over you and I'm doing all this. They demand all your attention. And most of these people, many of them, no, I'm not going to say all of them, use any type of substance, alcohol, drugs. And nowadays, the control, it also implements social media. They want to know who you follow, who are you following, who are you talk to through social media, who are your friends, and they're just trying to control all over. That is also psychological abuse, or known as emotional abuse. Doesn't let you be yourself. And the other one is blaming or gaslighting, right? Accusing the other person of cheating, denying abusive behavior, or blaming you. This is really, the blaming is something very, very, very common in an abusive relationship, because the abuser doesn't want to accept the responsibility. The abuser doesn't want to accept that they are wrong, because since they are in control, they want to make sure that you feel bad about what you're doing. So they start blaming you. What's your fault? It's because the way you talk to me, or it's because the way you look, it's because the way you talk to people. You're way too friendly. And blaming, it's something that really steals you away from who you are, and you start becoming someone that you're not. What does that mean? That means that for you to please your partner, you want to make sure that you do exactly what your partner is telling you to do. And when you do that, you start believing as well. Yeah, maybe it's the way I talk to people. Maybe I shouldn't be that friendly. Maybe I shouldn't smile because my partner keeps telling me that I'm too nice to people, and this is why people feel this way towards me, or this is why he's jealous or she is jealous because of your fault, because of what you're doing, because the way you're doing it, or the way you manage yourself, or the way you dress, or the way you do things. So blaming is also part of our emotional abuse. And the last one that I want to talk about is neglect and isolation. Refuse to communicate. Turn people around you, meaning don't talk to so and so, don't talk to your parents, don't talk to your brothers. And they really try to isolate you. And they make a very good excuse. I want to spend time with you. I want to make sure me and you are together. Now we are a family. It's just us. Let's not get involved with your friends. Don't talk to your friends about our problems. Don't talk to your family about our problems. And they want to make sure that you're just the two of you, but it's because deep inside of the abuser, they know, even though that's their normal, and even though probably they're coming from an abusive home and that's their normality, and they want to make sure that it's your normality as well. So there's 4 things that we talked about: humiliating, control, blaming, and neglecting, and isolation. If you have these things in your relationship, it means you are in emotional abuse relationship. Now, it could be normal for you nowadays. Maybe you've been in your relationship for many years, and you might say, Anna, this is normal. This is normal. I love my husband. I love my partner. I love my girlfriend. I know she loves me too. I know he loves me too. And this could be so normal. But let me tell you something. This is not normal, because you meant to be loved, respect, honor in a relationship. And I'm not going to say that relationship is perfect. Me, myself, I've been married for 20 years, and it's not perfect. It's not always good. There's always challenges that we encounter. But that doesn't give you or give the person the right to degrade and to hurt and to call name and to blame and to neglect your partner. So we want to make sure we're like, okay, yes, we have a challenge, but let's talk about it without hurting ourselves, without disrespecting ourselves. So if you have those things in your relationship, just consider that you are, and the first thing to do is to acknowledge, to identify, and to say, wait a minute, I am in an abusive relationship. It's not healthy as I thought. So think about it: controlling, blaming, neglecting, humiliating. It means that you are in an abusive relationship. Now, how do you come out of it? You might think, how do I come out of this abusive relationship? It's been for so long. I don't know how to do that. But the first one is exactly that. Acknowledge that it is a problem. Talk to your partner about it. It's no guarantee that he or she is going to be open to it, because remember, for them it's normal. It's so normal the way they treat you, and that's the way they love. And the other thing, besides you talking to your partner, also reach out, talk to someone. Not only a professional. If you don't feel comfortable talking to a professional, but call a family member, call a friend, call somebody that is going to really help you and get you out from that relationship. So it's important. Don't do this alone. Don't do this. It's not easy to come out of this abusive relationship. So let's continue to talk about this. We're going to be talking about this on the next weeks. Let's talk about unhealthy relationship and how can we do something to overcome. And next week I really want to touch on what abusive relationship does in your persona and your self-esteem and your mind and your heart, and how can we overcome. So please continue to join our YouTube channel and Turning Point Family Resource Center. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day, and then I'll see you next time.